I'm in downtown Fullerton today, and if you've ever wanted to know what are the chances of XYZ spawning near me, today's video is for you. Thanks to MetaHub.info, we now know basically the exact percentage of any type of dinosaur to spawn no matter what zone you're in. Now today's video is only going to deal with the different habitat zones. So remember, there's habitat zone 1, 2, 3, and 4. Park spawns act a little differently, and we're not going to go into that in today's video. So just know that if you're going to tell me that your park is spawning different than what I'm going to report, then that is why. And we'll cover that probably in tomorrow's episode, because tomorrow we have a changeover in the 3 dinosaurs that are available at the special event supply drops, and there's a lot of good ones that I definitely want to grab some DNA from. So we'll go into that in more detail at a later time. So for today's video only, we're going to be talking about the 4 habitat zones. The first thing you need to know is, looking around on my screen here, you see that basically everything available is a common, in fact everything is a common dinosaur, but everything is common global except for the Parasaurolophus, which is actually a zone 2 spawn, but it is at a special event supply drop, so that explains why it's in the middle of this zone 3 area. One thing before I go any further is to let you know there is a small chance that any dinosaur can spawn at any spawn point, which would explain why in my zone 2 where I live, I will constantly see non-zone 2 dinosaurs. And while there is no explanation as to why I see so many now, the best guess that I have right now is because they've actually increased the spawn rate of all dinosaurs, and therefore if I have more spawns happening, then obviously I'm going to have more out of place dinosaurs spawning as well. On my screen you will see a Parasaurolophus, man, we're gonna get into that video on Saturday, is right next to me, and I think I'm on the border between a zone 3 and a zone 4, because just a slight little twist over, you will see the Spinosaurus, which is a rare for zone 4. I'm gonna make my way over there because I don't ever see zone 4, and that'd be some nice DNA to grab. Oh man, we're gonna have to stop here because there are actually 2 rares, one from zone 3 and one from zone 4, and I think that this street in front of me might be the borderline. And I know that a local rare spawning in its normal zone is a 2% chance. The reason why you feel like you see predominantly the same dinosaurs over and over and over is because there is about, now for this, let me just say, for this, I'm rounding up. If you want the exact numbers to the tenths and hundredths of a percent, there's a link to metahub.info. They have all the information if you need to be that specific. But for this video, rounding off is going to be good enough. Global common spawns have a 63% chance of spawning, and so that is going to account for all of your Stegosaurus, your Sarcosuchus, your Enosaurus, your Nundasuchus, those kind of dinosaurs. That is why you see so many of those. In contrast, dinosaurs like this Parasaurolophus is a zone 3 spawn, and it's a common. So that means it's going to spawn about 29% of the time. So as you can see, it's like 92% chance of either a global common or a zone local common spawning, and that accounts for all but 8% of the dinosaurs that are going to spawn. And as I say that, we get a global rare spawn, which is a nice little segue into the next subject, and that is going to be global rare spawns. They are going to account for about 5% of the total spawns. So when that is included with the about 2% of a zone rare spawn, you can see that we are at 99% of all spawns, which doesn't leave a lot of room for anything else. AB4 is not great, but we'll take it for now. When it comes to epic spawns combined between global epics and local zone epics, you are going to have 0.5% chance of any of those spawning, with the global epics having a majority of those spawns at 0.35%. Now that you are all caught up to speed on your spawns, this could all change at any given moment. Ludia has been known to adjust and reallocate spawn rates, so this is only as good as the next update. MetaHub will continue to update this information as it changes, but basically 63% for a global spawn. You have a 29% chance of a local, whether it be 1, 2, 3, or 4 common spawn. You have a 5% chance of a global rare spawn. That's going to include things such as the new dinosaurs, the new raptors, Amargasaurus, Gorgosaurus, things like that. But you know the percentages of that. It's about 5% for your local rare spawns. It's going to be about 2%, and then combined epic spawns between global and local is going to be about 5%, again with the global epics spawning at a 0.35%, while the local epics are spawning at a 0.15% chance. Now that we know all that, let's do some battles. I have a battle incubator that is ready to go. It is a 3-hour incubator, and as you see, I have a 24-hour incubator ready to start unlocking. We are at 3294 trophies. That's not my highest. My highest is mid 3300s. It is now over 3600 to get into the top 500s. Look for, and I know I keep saying this, but look for the battle arenas, the new ones, to be implemented Friday. They seem to like to do updates on Friday, so we're going to go with that. We're going to say Friday they're going to do this update. We're going to jump into a battle here. Let's see what my 4 dinos to choose from are. And we only have 1 non-raptor. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lead off with Pyroraptor. This is my worst case scenario, and I typically like to get more than one non-raptor. Let's see what happens. Thagomizer is absolutely going to wreck me. We're going to have to survive 1 attack here. I could have swapped out, but that wasn't good. We're gonna bring in a Utah Raptor. That's not gonna take it out. That's not gonna take it out. So we're gonna have to go with Pounce here. This doesn't look good. We did get the KO. I'm most likely going to have to swap out Utah Raptor here. Allosaurus, our buddy from yesterday's video. If you didn't catch yesterday's video, I actually, not a real Allosaurus, but a real skeleton of an Allosaurus, and I will put a link to that video here. Ouch. I think this is my best chance. I don't think this is my best chance. So we get rid of the Allosaurus. No matter what he brings in, I don't know what to do here. We're gonna hope he doesn't crit on turn 1 for us. And it didn't matter because I didn't have the protection of the Pounce. I should have swapped out there. We will play 1 more. Like I said, when I get predominantly Raptors in my deck, my options, it's typically not a good thing. I probably could have played that a little bit better and brought in Enosuchus at a different time instead of letting my Raptors take the brunt of all those attacks. This should go a lot better. By contrast, we only have 1 Raptor, and I do still want to create kind of the perfect hybrid blend of a deck where I have something like a T-Rex or an Allosaurus. I have something that has a counter-strike, but the counter-strike dinosaurs just aren't very good right now. And quietly, they nerfed one of my favorite dinos in the game, and that is Moloch. Moloch used to have its stun move that was guaranteed. I think it was a instant something. I don't remember exactly what it was named, but that move was 100% stun rate. Now that has been nerfed down to a 75% stun rate, which kind of makes Moloch not really worth running anymore. You know what? Instead of taking the brunt of that, we're going to swap out to our Apatosaurus. Apatosaurus is going to be one of the dinosaurs at the special event supply drops starting tomorrow. It is a key ingredient in Stegodius. I'm actually going to be going for Stegodius. Stegodius is arguably a top 5 dinosaur in the game. I don't even know if that's arguable, but it is a top 5 dinosaur in the game right now. I'm also collecting as much Stegosaurus DNA as I can possibly find in preparation for Stegodius. Why is it not letting me pick my move? What did I do? It's not letting me pick my move. Hopefully it lets me pick my dinosaur here. We're gonna go with Eniosuchus. Not bad, not bad. Short defense is gonna come out. We're gonna go with our stunning impact here. Not looking for the stun, I'm looking for the KO, which we get. Velociraptor could present a bit of a problem. Ideally, I want to get knocked out here. That's not what happened. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to get to cloak. If I can do 2 dodges, we're golden. It's gonna be a tough call though. Perfect, we got both dodges, and that is going to be goodbye to the Velociraptor. Good game, Lucas T. And we're pretty much back right where we started. And right on cue, we get a 15-minute incubator. That's all I got for today. I hope that you found this information helpful, and I hope that it explains a lot about why you see the dinos that you see in your areas. Leave in the comments below and let me know if there's something in here that you think isn't quite right, but also let me know what dinosaur you want to see get a buff in the next update. That's all I got for today, so until next time.